with personality and attitudes in this video. Personality, something we hear so much about and maybe know so little about. Personality comes from both nature and nurture. Nurture factors include things that occur around us, things such as our family, the values they hold, the experiences we go through, people around us, religion maybe in the society where we were born. These are nurture factors. Then we have nature. These are the genetics and the qualities you are born with, the qualities that you got from your parents. And all of this gives us personality, which is defined as a set of traits that can explain or predict a person's behavior in a variety of situations. So a quick example would be if you're introverted. You may be a little bit more extroverted in a situation that requires it, like at work or at a party. But you may not be as extroverted as a person who's truly an extrovert. So across situations, at home with friends, at church, at work, and at a party, you are mostly introverted. So across a variety of situations, that trait is pretty stable. That's what personality is. There are a number of personality tests on the market. You can just Google personality tests and you can find plenty of them. Some examples here are the Myers-Briggs, the MBTI, which is very popular with companies. The DISC has received a lot of notoriety lately. And also the Big Five, which has been around for decades. And the acronym for that is the OCEAN. And most of these are reasonably good. Some of them are better than others. MBTI, we love it, but unfortunately it doesn't have a lot of reliability to it. And reliability is a statistical term, which means that we are measuring something with less error in it. And the MBTI, unfortunately, is one of those tests that have more errors. So maybe you are one out of the 16 profiles on Monday, and when you retake it on Friday, you get a different profile. It's not a reliable test. Big Five, on the other hand, is reliable. It's statistically reliable, so we could even maybe use it for hiring purposes. So be on the lookout for how valid the test is if you use it for anything else than just getting to know yourself a little bit better. In addition to personality, we have values and attitudes. Values are the things that are the most important to us. They can include things such as honesty, trust, safety, freedom, money, family. You should, if you haven't already, identified your top 5 values. It can be pretty tricky because when we sit down to think about what is important to us, oftentimes there's a lot of things that are important to us. But if you really have to narrow it down to 5, what would those 5 be? And doing this will help you navigate situations and decisions in your life. You can either sit down with a blank piece of paper and just write what your 5 values are, or you can Google a values list, and they will provide hundreds, if not multiple hundreds, of values where you can pick from. Either approach works. So identify your top 5 values. And then we have attitudes. Attitudes are your cognitive evaluation about an event or a person or something that has happened to you, an experience. So you have emotions attached to that cognition. You think about it, you have emotions attached to it, positive or negative, and then you might have subsequent behavior coming from those emotions. So, favorable or unfavorable opinions. Having a favorable or a positive attitude is a very important thing, because what we know is that, I'm actually going to skip to the next slide, is that having a positive attitude influences how people see you, see me, and then they react accordingly. So if we show up grumpy, we will turn people off and they will not possibly want to be around us. Motivation123.com have a lot of different tools that you can poke around and look at. One of the tools that they give is how we can change our attitude, and it comes in 3 different steps: how you enter, how you live through it, and then how you exit. So entering is really about setting your expectations, going into an event, going in at work, a meeting, seeing your friends, meeting your in-laws, whatever it is, thinking that it will be a positive event and thinking about what you can gain from it, how you can contribute positively to it, will help you set up positive expectations. And then when you are living through the event, what are you noticing? Are you focusing on all the negative things, or are you focusing on the things that go well? If you live through it positively, focusing on the positives, chances are you will remember it more positively, and it will be a better experience, and it will set you up for future success, right? And when you exit, how do you summarize it? What are you thinking about, and what are you taking with you from the event, the experience? So changing your attitude can be done using these 3 steps for things that you encounter. You can start that right now. So in summary, our personality is defined as a set of traits that predict and explain a person's behavior. Values are closely linked to personality. Our values are often defining our traits. Many personality tests on the market. Be careful about reliability, but you can use them to understand yourself. Our personality also helps us define our attitudes toward things, situations, people. Most people around us want to be around positive people, and there are ways for us to become more positive by changing our attitude. That's it for right now, but have a great one, and I'll see you next time.